Imagine a world where the unknown stretched as far as the endless night sky above the icy North Atlantic waters. While most people feared the horizon's edge, the Vikings saw it as an invitation to venture into the great unknown. Erik the Red's Greenland: How Ambition and Exile Shaped the Greenland Colony. Erik the Red didn't earn his fiery nickname by chance. His temper matched his flaming red hair. Banished from Norway for murder and exiled from Iceland after violent disputes, he turned misfortune into opportunity. During his exile, Erik sailed to a mysterious icy land with lush valleys and hidden resources. He called it Greenland to make it sound more inviting, enticing settlers to help his colony thrive. And guess what? It worked. The name sparked curiosity and hope, drawing hundreds of adventurers eager for a fresh start. It's proof that sometimes success lies in how we frame our story. But the settlement in Greenland wasn't just about survival. It became a symbol of resilience and adaptation. Imagine living in a place where winter felt endless and gathering resources demanded constant effort. Erik led his people with a vision of turning hardship into a thriving home. He wasn't just a founder, he embodied the kind of leader who transforms isolation into strength. And without Erik's fierce determination, Leif Erikson might never have set sail on his legendary journey westward. Leif Erikson's legacy: the journey that made him the first European to set foot in North America. Leif Erikson wasn't just a curious traveler. He was driven by a hunger to explore the unknown and leave his mark. His voyage to North America, known as Vinland, wasn't just a lucky break. It was a testament to his grit and skill. With nothing but the stars and his instincts as guides, he navigated treacherous seas until he reached a land full of promise. Wild grapes, abundant fish, and sprawling forests. Picture stepping onto a shore that no one in your world had ever seen before. It's like discovering a new planet. That moment didn't just redefine borders, it rewrote history. But Leif Erikson's journey wasn't just a tale of adventure. It sparked debates that echo through history. His expedition to North America happened nearly 500 years before Columbus reached the Americas, raising questions about who the real first discoverers were. The Norse sagas, those epic accounts of Viking adventures, were dismissed for centuries as mere legends. Then, in 1960, archaeologists unearthed L'Anse aux Meadows in Newfoundland, proving Leif wasn't just a mythical figure, he was a pioneer. And it makes you wonder, what other stories have been overlooked or forgotten? If you've been inspired by the epic journey of Leif Erikson and Erik the Red, hit that subscribe button to join our crew of history adventurers. Give this video a like and share it, fellow explorers of the unknown. Norse and Native Encounters: Tense and Cultural Interactions with North America's Indigenous Peoples. When Leif Erikson and his Norse crew landed in Vinland, they didn't find an uninhabited wilderness. The Skraelings, as they called the indigenous peoples, were skilled hunters and fierce protectors of their lands. The first meetings were peaceful and marked by exchanges of goods, but tensions soon surfaced. Imagine two worlds, different languages, beliefs, and weapons, meeting at the edge of the unknown. The line between peace and conflict was razor-thin, and it wasn't long before misunderstandings escalated into battles. Leif's brother, Thorvald, became one of the first Europeans to lose his life in this new world. The Norse sagas recount not only the clashes, but also the struggle to coexist in unfamiliar territory. It's a sobering reminder of how fear of the unknown can ignite devastating conflicts. But there's an important takeaway. The pursuit of dialogue and mutual understanding can be the difference between being a colonizer or a bridge builder. In a world where every choice meant alliance or destruction, the Norse learned that respect for other cultures was as crucial as the sharpness of their swords. With these encounters setting the stage, we move on to one of the Vikings' most remarkable achievements: their mastery of the seas. Viking navigation mastery. The role of Norse ships and routes in exploring the unknown. If the Vikings had one unrivaled skill, it was their ability to navigate. Their iconic drakars and nars weren't just ships. They were gateways to uncharted worlds. With their lightweight yet sturdy hulls and sails that cut through the wind like blades, these ships could handle both stormy seas and narrow rivers. And here's the kicker. They navigated without compasses, relying solely on the sun, stars, and an almost instinctive knowledge of ocean currents and winds. Imagine boarding one of these ships, not knowing what lay ahead, yet trusting the expertise and unity of your crew. Leif Erikson inherited this seafaring mastery from his father, Erik the Red. Together with his men, Leif braved treacherous waters, driven by the promise of new lands and resources. It wasn't just their technology that propelled them forward. It was their unshakable belief that every voyage could change their destiny. Today, we have GPS and detailed maps, but the Vikings had something more profound: the ability to read the natural world. Every wave, migrating bird, or shift in the sky was a clue. This connection to nature reminds us that true adventure happens when we trust our skills as much as our courage. But how do we know these stories are more than legends? Archaeological evidence, discoveries like Lance aux Meadows that validated Norse sagas. For centuries, the Norse sagas about Leif Erikson's journey to North America were met with skepticism, dismissed as tall tales. After all, how could a distant people have reached the Americas long before Columbus? But history took a turn in 1960 when archaeologists discovered the remains of a Viking settlement at Lance aux Meadows in Newfoundland, Canada. With its timber and sod structures matching saga descriptions, the site was living proof that the Norse really had set foot in Vinland. This wasn't just an academic victory. It was a testament to how Viking memories withstood the test of time. Artifacts like forged iron nails, stone blades, and remnants of ships showcase the sophistication and organization of these Norse explorers. The evidence suggested that Lance aux Meadows served as a strategic outpost for future expeditions, a foothold in uncharted lands. It was like finding a captain's log etched in wood and stone, whispering stories of epic voyages and uncertain encounters. And although they never established a permanent colony, this achievement immortalized Leif Erikson's journey and secured his name in history. But what makes this story even more captivating is how it transcended time, inspiring generations to chase the unknown and prove that true greatness doesn't need to last forever. It just needs to leave a mark. If Leif Erikson and Erik the Red taught us anything, it's that destiny doesn't wait for anyone. They showed that greatness doesn't belong to those who merely dream, but to those who dare to sail into the unknown. Now, let me ask you, how many times have you put your plans on hold or let your ideas fade away because of fear? What's stopping you from becoming the explorer of your own journey? The time to change that is now. What new worlds do you want to conquer? What areas of your life need to be navigated with more courage? Leif and Erik remind us that setbacks are often just alternate routes to something greater. So, think about it. Are you ready to raise your own flag of victory? Share your thoughts in the comments. What part of their story inspired you the most? And don't forget to subscribe, hit the notifications, and keep navigating through epic stories that can reshape the way you see the world. Adventure doesn't end. It just changes course. Stay curious.